Okay, so welcome back, and now we're going to go on to rule number 2. So this has to deal with sums and powers of integers. Okay, so these come up quite a bit, so you want to memorize these because again, these situations come up where you're going to deal with these three. So if you memorize these formulas, it'll make your life a lot easier because you'll recognize that hey, of a sum where it's going, and you'll be able to write the formula and get the sum very quickly, as opposed to deriving these. You can derive them, but again, it's much easier to memorize them. Okay? I think it's useful also to know how to derive them, because by knowing how to derive them, you will understand them and know them. And it helps you remember them. Okay, so 1. The sum of n integers is given by this formula. So if I have the sum, and by the way, this is how we would represent the sum of the first n integers. Okay, so consecutive integers. So we would use this formula, n times n plus 1 divided by 2. Okay, so for example, in the last example where I gave the sum, not the last example, but one of the things in the first video, I think, when we're introducing summations, one of the ones was a summation of 1 to 20. Well, if I wanted to sum the first 20 integers from 1 to 20, then all I would do is 20 times 21, which is 441. And then 441 divided by 2 is, no, hold on, I'm missing something. Yeah, 20 times 21 is 441. Does that make any sense? I'm missing something else. So 20 times 21. Oh, I'm sorry. 420. And so then that would be what? 210. Okay? And so I could do that with 10, right? 10 times 11 is 110, divided by 2 is 55. Okay, so makes it easy. Okay, 2. The sum of consecutive integers squared. Okay? So if I take the first n consecutive integers squared, that's going to be given by this formula. So this is the notation. This is what we're talking about. And this would be the formula that would give you the sum. Okay, so it's n times n plus 1 times 2n plus 1 divided by 6. Okay? And then for cubes, right, so the sum of the first n cubed integers, which would be denoted by this, and this would be the sum, is given by n squared times n plus 1 squared divided by 4. Okay, so in other words, notice something. This one and this one, notice to go from this one to this one, all we did was square this, right? So we took this whole thing and we squared it. Okay, so that's another way to remember this. So the difference between ones and cubed is that you just take the formula here and square it, and you get n squared times n plus 1 squared over 2 squared, which is 4. Okay. Have a great day.